It's the Eagle Community Television Forum with your host, Gary Shorman.
Hello, you're watching Eagle Community Television Forum. I'm Mike Kerner in for Gary Shorman this week, and it's brought to you by Hayes Med. Our guest today, Dr. Duane Shepherd of the shooting team, Fort Hays State University. Dr. Shepherd, thanks for coming by and talking to us today.
It's my pleasure.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the shooting team. You guys are becoming so well known, not just in the Hayes area, but all across the country anymore for all the awards that you guys have won over the last few years. It's kind of, the program has really stepped up, hasn't it?
It has. I've been blessed with some really good young people coming into the program. So,
now, how did you get started with the program? Now, were you there when the program was initially started here at Fort Hays State University?
I guess you might say that I initiated the program simply because there were 5 young freshman boys coming in that, as freshmen in 2000, they were going to start in the fall of 2005, and they were interested in having a shooting team. At that point, I knew nothing about collegiate shooting sports. That wasn't something I had been involved in. So we went through the process, got them chartered as a student organization on campus, studied the college events, what was going to be going, and then in 2006 we entered our first event, which was a national tournament, and learned a lot.
And now look where you're at now. Mm-hmm. Over the years, you guys have gotten better, and the reputation has gotten quite a bit better too, because people have heard about you at maybe these meets and these shoots, haven't they?
Oh, no, the kids have done such a good job. We are nationally recognized. I have been told we are considered a model program. I've written articles and some guidelines and presented at some of the big national high school events about starting collegiate shooting teams, and then the National Shooting Sports Foundation has an article I wrote for them about putting together college shooting teams and stuff. So we started at the bottom with absolutely nothing, and we worked our way up the ladder, you might say.
You know, you hear about programs all the time at universities and how the programs cost a lot of money and the expenses out there, and then you hear about cuts and all that. Is a shooting program pretty inexpensive for a university? Is it something that doesn't cost the university a whole lot of money?
Well, we are considered a club sport. We're not an NCAA sport or things like that. So as a club sport, we have the opportunity, and that's part of the reasoning behind becoming a recognized student organization on campus, is that we can go through student government and apply for funds and stuff. And so we've done that for 9 years now, and they've supported us greatly. But no, shooting is not an inexpensive sport.
Well, I can imagine that with the guns themselves and the ammo getting expensive, mm-hmm. and all the other accessories, plus also the travel. Now, you were saying beforehand, you got the job basically because you knew how to drive people around.
Yeah, I had a CDL, of course, but I had shot previously in my career, mm-hmm. different events and things. But I guess one of the big things that we try to do for the kids, while we can't offer scholarships, being a club sport, we have became financially able through, I write a lot of grants. The kids are required to do fundraising events and stuff and promote the club. We've had a lot of private support, corporate support coming in here recently. A lot of that is due to their success, but also the image that they have brought to the shooting club. They project a very positive image for shooting sports as well as themselves. So we are financially able to furnish the kids with all their practice ammunition, practice targets, competition ammunition, and travel and lodging when we're going places. We are one of the most traveled teams in the United States.
Yeah, I've heard you guys go all over. We can get to that in the second part of the show. You've had a lot of students that have been with the program over the years and always mm-hmm. come back because they feel such a bond to the program, come back and help you out too.
Yes, a lot of them have been there. I guess one of them that's probably very actively involved now is Nate Roletter. He was one of our members. He didn't start with the initial 5, but I think he was there the second semester after we got going. So, and he's been involved ever since. This year, I have a 4-time All-American that I'm kind of grooming a little bit to be assistant coach. He's now a graduate assistant, and he's been taking over some of the load. But yeah, we stay in touch. They follow him on Facebook.
So So you got a great program going. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the events that you go to. We'll talk about some of the students that you have now, and I'll come up with some other questions too in the second half of the show, and we'll get back to you here in a second. Again, our guest is Dr. Duane Shepherd, Fort Hays State University Shooting Club. Again, this is The Forum. I'm Mike Kerner in for Gary Shorman, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Hays Med is your first and best choice for healthcare. They're the only facility providing tertiary level services in this region. With more than 70 physicians and 26 specialties ranging from heart, orthopedic, spine care, cancer, obstetrics and gynecology, wound care, rehabilitation and surgery, including the Da Vinci robotic surgery, Hays Med is your comprehensive health provider for people throughout Western Kansas. Hays Med, helping people be healthy.
It's a beautiful day in our super high-speed internet great customer service neighborhood. Like you, this is where we live. In fact, our company is employee-owned, so it's our goal to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community by delivering faster, more reliable internet, clearer, more feature-laden phone service, quality TV channels, all with the level of customer service you'd expect from people who are your neighbors. Eagle Communications. Our community connected.
Again, you're watching Eagle Community Television. This is The Forum. You can check it out on Facebook. Also, if you've got any questions, comments, or guest ideas, Gary would love to hear from you. That's gary.shorman@eaglecom.net. The Forum brought to you by Hays Med and our guest today, Dr. Duane Shepherd. Duane, thanks for coming by and talking to us a little bit about the program, the Shooting Club at Fort Hays State University. Well known, a lot of people don't realize this, but you guys have nationally ranked, it seems like almost every year since you guys for the last few years. And you get to go to nationals, and you talked about traveling all over. Where are some of the places that you guys get to travel?
Well, we travel nationwide. We flew to Jacksonville last year and won a tournament out there. We went to Tucson the last 2 or 3 years and won tournaments out there. We tend to be more regionally oriented, of course, due to travel expenses and things like that, but we're broadening our horizons all the time.
Well, I know that you've gone to nationals, and nationals is in San Antonio. Do they do San Antonio every year?
It's been every year since I can remember, and I think it's probably as long as most people can remember. San Antonio is centrally located. They got great facilities down there. In March, when we have this event, it's opportunities for good weather are nice.
That's pretty good to have nice weather. And is it an outdoor facility? Are they all outdoor facilities?
Yes. Shooting events are outdoor.
Well, I wanted to know that because I know you talk, not you talk about, but you see people with those indoor ranges, and I didn't know if that's what you do. But
shotgun is outdoor.
Outdoor. So you do shotgun. Let's talk about that a little bit. Shotgun. What do you do? Shoot the targets and clays? Is that what you do?
Yeah, they're called clay targets, and they're all moving targets. They can be things that are bouncing along the ground, and then of course things that come from specified areas, such as trap and skeet, and then sporting clays, 5-stand, those type of events. They can come from any direction, and you have different presentations and different rules for shooting them. And in the last 3 years, my group has been, participated in started focusing on the Olympic events. So last summer we had seven of our team members were invited to practice and work out at the Olympic Training Center.
Well, I knew Olympics is getting really big with the shooting clubs around the country too. When you do go, how many students do you typically take with you? Is there a certain amount that you're required to bring to each event?
No, there isn't. You need to field a squad, which is a squad is of 5. Okay. We tend to, our program again is very structured and organized. It's ran just like any other, like a varsity sport would be. We have scheduled practices and such. So the kids that are there putting in their time practicing, we try to get them to as many events. So we'll haul most of them, but we're a small group. We can afford about 10 to 15. So we generally try to take all of them to as many events as possible. But there are certain events when we travel a long way, and especially those that have Olympic events or some of the more difficult events that the young ones or the beginning shooters that we're bringing up through the ranks are not quite ready for. So.
And the club that you have, the shooters that go along with you, it's a co-ed team.
It is a co-ed team. Mm-hmm.
And
we take young ladies as well as young men.
And all very, very good shooters, the men and women.
Most of these kids grew up shooting. I say kids, I should say students. These young people grew up shooting at the beginning at the 4-H level and then into the high school level, and it's a natural fit to want to continue when you go to college.
Now, any more events yet scheduled this year, or are you guys pretty well done for the year?
No, we are not done for the year. Our program, since beginning about 6 years ago, became a year-round program. We have kids that shoot all around the country during the summer, and they generally shoot the ATA events, which is the Amateur Trap Association events, and we've started doing the state shoots. So we'll send a group. A lot of my kids are from Nebraska, so we'll send the Nebraska kids to the Nebraska state shoot, and then the Kansas kids will go to the Kansas shoot. And we have been, a couple of summers, we went to 6 state shoots, kind of advertising our group and promoting our group.
I heard nationally ranked. Have you won the nationals before too?
We are 2-time Division II national champions. Of the last 5 years, we've either been runner-up or Division II national champions.
That's something big that a lot of people in Hays don't know about. So it's a big feather in your cap, I guess.
Well, it's, the students they've done some great things, not only with their ability to shoot, but their image they project, and I think they're very positive for the university as well as the community.
And any events, how many events do you have here before the end of the semester?
None before the end of the semester. Okay. We just finished up. We took a small group to Boulder. CU, Colorado University, has started a club, so we went out there to support them. So we took a small group out there, 5. And then we'll start the state shoots about the middle of May.
Very good. Well, great program. I know a lot of people don't know about it, but I think more and more people are hearing about it every day because you guys are doing so well, and the students, thanks to them, representing the school very well too.
Yeah, we've had a lot of public support. We've got a great relationship with the Hays City Sportsman's Club where we shoot. We're in with them really well, and they support us, and we use their facilities, and we've expanded our opportunities, and we're pretty much a full-service group now. We can shoot all the events, with the exception of the Olympic events, and we can simulate them now.
Well, very good. I have to come out and check it out sometime and watch it. And spectators can come to these events?
Anytime. We welcome anyone to come out and watch and see the kids and see what we do.
Well, thanks for your support, and thanks for a great program that you put on out there, and thanks to the kids for all their support too of what they do to each other and for each other.
Well, they are great. They are a great group.
Well, thanks a lot for being with us today. Dr. Duane Shepherd from the Fort Hays State University Shooting Club. And again, I'm Mike Kerner in for Gary Shorman this week on The Forum. It's brought to you by Hays Med. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you again next time.
Hays Med is your first and best choice for healthcare. They're the only facility providing tertiary level services in this region. With more than 70 physicians and 26 specialties ranging from heart, orthopedic, spine care, cancer, obstetrics and gynecology, wound care, rehabilitation and surgery, including the Da Vinci robotic surgery, Hays Med is your comprehensive health provider for people throughout Western Kansas. Hays Med, helping people be healthy.